Time now is 8:19. Today is National Personal Chef Day. We know that moms and dads cook for their families and children that love to eat. But this got us thinking about the importance of kids learning to cook. Blanca Cobb joins us again to talk about why it's so important to have these skills for kids. So Blanca, how do you get kids interested in cooking if they really aren't?
One way you can get your kids interested in cooking is by making it a family affair. Look, because when you're cooking together, what are you doing? You're interacting, you're talking, you're planning a menu, you're shopping, cooking, preparing, sharing the space. So it's just everybody gets together and they participate in different ways.
And then how can cooking help kids developmentally, if I can say that word today?
Yeah, well, what happens with younger kids, and of course, they need their parents' supervision. But when it helps with the fine motor skills like chopping or dicing or shredding, and sure, sometimes they might use a knife, again, under parent supervision, and parents need to show them how to do this correctly. But also there are some appliances that will do the chopping and the dicing for the kids. But kids can also stir, and they can shred vegetables or shred different meats, or they can knead the dough. So there's a lot that's going on with their hands. So with their vision in their hands and that hand-eye coordination as well as fine motor skills.
And then how does cooking teach responsibility too?
Well, when kids learn to cook, they become responsible in a lot of different ways. And one is about food safety. What type of food is safe to eat? Also, cleaning up, planning, organizing, shopping, everything that goes into cooking. It's not as simple as you throw food on a pan and you cook it and eat it. There's so much that goes into preparing to cook. And then also cooking safety. What does that mean? You can't, kids learn that you just can't leave the stove on or the oven on and walk away to go watch a TV show or talk on the phone. Why? Because it's a fire hazard. There's so much can happen. Also, they become responsible for themselves. They're not reliant on somebody else to always cook for them, which gives them what? That gives them life skills because they're learning to take care of themselves and it makes them feel better. Also, they're learning about nutrition. And they're not reliant also on prepackaged foods, which, as we know, a lot tend to be really high calorie as well as unhealthy. So there's a lot of responsibility that kids learn from cooking. It's a great skill to have.
And talk about a bonding situation, right? I remember countless times when I bonded with my parents because I was in the kitchen helping them out too.
Right, like being at the stove together and mom or dad could be there as if you make homemade spaghetti sauce, for example, and your child, as long as you're there and watching and paying attention, it's great for your kid to like actually cook with you. It's bonding in all different kinds of ways. So that's a really good point that you bring up.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is great advice. Thank you, Blanca. You can keep this conversation going with her on her Facebook page, Blanca Cobb, Body Language Expert.